Yeah.
Would you ever have thought this was possible in under a year?
No.
For you guys?
No way.
So
When we first signed up, we were like, okay, maybe by 7 years we'll be able to pay off the mortgage.
Holy moly, you're going to have that done in under 2, I
It's
reckon.
just, yeah.
Hopefully Christmas next year.
Yeah.
Money isn't the root of all evil, the fucking lack of it is.
Not money, the lack of understanding money.
When I put that into emphasis, when I realised that psychological effect and how it hit our family, I FTB all the fucking way.
You are now watching the Money Mentor podcast
With Graham Home.
Graham Hunt.
You're fucking gone. See ya.
Hi guys, I am here with Michael and Violet from Canberra. Welcome guys, how are you?
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good
we're
to
good.
be here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Oh,
Yeah, good.
Pleasure, our pleasure. We love sharing stories of people who are, doing really well, and you guys are relatively new to us, so we'll get into that a bit further. But before we start, tell us a bit about you. Who are you? Where are you from? Why did you join Infinity?
Yeah.
So I'm Violet. I'm a GP. I'm from Canberra, grew up in Sydney, and Michael is
so
pest control.
I grew up in Canberra. We live in Canberra, and then I do pest control. When I first left school, I did a motorcycle mechanic apprenticeship. Did that. Dad had his own pest control business. Got back into that, obviously because the money was a little bit better than being in Greece all day for $800 a week. So I got back into pest control majority of my life, and so I got my own
He's
company.
such a nerd about it. He
Yeah.
loves it. Yeah.
So I got my own business now there, which is good. Works really busy now. So the journey was the fun part, but when you get there, you're like, oh, now I got to go to work every day. Now I got to do it.
Yeah.
So
So how we came to Infinity was that we grew up with not much. We both had quite a simple life, and managed to work ourselves hard enough to earn a good living. And we were just like, we don't have any understanding of what to do with this and how to what's the best way that we can use this money, because I guess we weren't getting a lot of happiness out of buying all the toys and doing all the things. So that's when we came across one of Michael's clients.
yeah,
Jeff.
when Jeff White and Christine. So
I know them well.
yeah, so he's a lovely man. So I went to his house, and he they was putting the house on the market, and then he was telling me his success and his story and where they're heading to and where they're going. And I was like, wow. So he's like, mate, you got to listen to this. You got to get on board. I'll send you the Tuesday night free webinar. And so he sent me that link, and it was a Tuesday. So we went home and logged on that night and watched the free webinar. And it was mind-blowing because it's just so simple. It takes a while to process, but it's so simple. And it's just like, far out, what have we been doing? We're getting effed over by the banks every day. And when G explains it and breaks it down and simplifies it, it's just there. It's like, fuck, we've been just getting
The numbers don't lie. And so we were just like, how quickly can we sign up to this?
Yeah, we can.
We're like, we do not want to give the banks another dollar. How quickly can we pay down our mortgage now?
And once you learn that stuff, it's like you can't unlearn it.
Exactly.
Correct.
It's crazy if you don't
And
continue or do it yourselves or come on board, because you're thinking, look at all this money going to the bank.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we'll pay minimum repayments. And then it was just, we didn't realize how much minimum we were actually paying. It was like $8,000
Until we went to the masterclass and did the math, and we were
Yeah,
like, we're
shit.
only paying.
Well, we're going to talk in a minute about
Yeah.
how much you have paid down in less
Yeah.
than a year, which is quite astounding.
Yeah.
But first, growing up, you said, pretty simple, didn't have a lot. What was the talk about money in each of your households growing up?
Yeah, I guess there wasn't much talk around the struggle, but it was just this feeling that we just didn't have much, and we had to think about what we would spend. But our dad really instilled in us the value of a good, hard, honest worker. And he just worked so hard. So he was a migrant and just day and night worked. We hardly saw him. And pretty early on, we could see how much he valued someone who was also a good, hard worker. And that's what he instilled in us. So that's where the value of money was through hard work. and nothing else, I guess, outside of that. The concept of having more than what you need to pay your mortgage and your bills it was just not a concept we understood. But I always remember feeling like, well, one day I want to make sure that I can repay Dad and all the hard work that he's done for us and our family. But I didn't know how. Like, I finally could see, oh, maybe we're actually getting there, but now what do we do? It was really cool to come across you guys and know that there's a way out.
Yeah. What about in your upbringing, Michael?
Yeah, parents never spoke about finances in front of us, so nothing about money. And then especially when I went into business with knowing nothing besides doing the job, I learned a lot from other people that were just spending money on just crap to hide their money, to hide their taxes, right? So I didn't learn anything about what to do with money. So Dad made money when he was younger in his business too, but he didn't know what to do with either. He bought us motorbikes and all that. So we didn't go without, but he just never set himself up. So he always had a plan where he wanted to retire at like 55. But then I think now this year, I said to him, well, you never had a plan in place, mate. You kept saying that you wanted to retire, but that was it. So I've realised I've learned a lot this year where, you need to have a structure in place, a plan in place, and attack it. Don't just say it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
So
I saw some of your notes were that you wanted to make sure you're in a better position than your parents ended up. And it's not to say that they're in a terrible position, but to be more set up.
Yeah.
And I also saw you feel like, and I love the term, you're sandwiched between aging parents, mum and dad, if you're going to watch this, and obviously kids that you realise you're going to have to help in the market. So I think that will resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel tough because, my mum's still got a big mortgage. Her parents still have a mortgage, and everyone around us is just there's nothing. There's no inheritance. Yeah. So there's not
just
a
sense of struggle and everybody being stretched. And then we look at our two kids, and I just think when I look at my kids, I think of ourselves as children, and I just think, okay, well, what can I do differently, and how can I actually set them up either with an education or something to get them started, because, wow, that would have made such a difference for us. But just a basic education around how they can get themselves there and a plan, I think would be so amazing. And then to look at our parents and know that one day if they're in a situation where they're struggling, then to know that we can help them and support them just like they did when we were younger as well, and without having to stretch ourselves as well, without having to feel like we have to fall back too. So it's pretty amazing, and I sleep so comfortably at night now.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Knowing that we can really help them. We just know. Yeah.
Setting yourself up.
Yeah, we'll set ourselves up first,
in the best
our kids,
possible way.
Yeah.
And then we'll help our parents out. But it still annoys me because, yes, we are working hard. We are sacrificing most of our time is at work at the moment still, which we want to scale back to spend time with the kids. And they're still young, 3 and 1. But when they go to primary school, we want to be able to pick them up at 3 o'clock. So we've got to scale back work a bit. So it's I wish our parents, no one in our family talks about money. It's just taboo. So it still annoys me to this day. I'm very open about it because we all get out of bed and go to work for this reason. Let's talk about it so we can help each other. So that kind of still grinds my gears because they still don't want to sort of be on the same page or try come to the same table we're at.
That's what's so different about this community. It's just all numbers to us. So you meet people at RAM. We're at a community event, and you can talk openly about your debt and your achievements, how much you've paid down. That's so taboo in most other settings.
It's crazy, isn't it?
But the reality is it's just a number, and we're here to encourage each other's success.
Exactly. And it helps everybody.
So
meet their own success.
We'll definitely teach our kids. But first thing, we definitely try to set ourselves up and kids first.
Yeah.
And then,
So you touched on it a bit before, the business is making money, weren't sure what to do with it. Quite typical of Australian business owners is to not have a profit.
Correct.
Let's not pay the tax man. Did that
have all these toys?
Have all these toys.
Yeah, that's what happens. So
I knew this is what we would see when we looked around, and I looked at Mike and I was like, but you're actually spending money to save on tax, but you're spending more then you would have paid on tax. It doesn't make sense to me, but sure.
But you don't know the alternative,
Okay.
You don't know the
right?
alternative.
Yeah, and then I'm like,
That's all
but then
we
we'd be blowing all this money on tax, which yes, it can it gives us lots of things, but also a lot of the things we don't really get a say in, and that's even us living in Canberra. So yeah, we kind of just didn't know. Okay,
Didn't know what to do.
Well,
and-
I
what's the best
Yeah.
strategy here?
I saw a note that you had all the toys, but didn't have
Yes.
the time to use them.
Exactly.
Correct.
Also
And
that, and
yeah.
that's
So that's what
also
every
rings
year
true.
the Regos came up, and I was like, oh shit. So
Pay rego for a thing that you don't even
yeah.
use.
But I thought that was the normal until we did the masterclass, and then the Regos came up as well, and I was like, fuck, it doesn't make sense. The numbers just don't make sense. It's just slap yourself, give yourself a good uppercut, and get rid of them. It just doesn't make
It's
sense.
super common, and
is.
you know, we do come across it a lot. And until you
Yeah.
know something, you know,
Yeah.
you're living
Correct.
blindly hoping you're doing something right, and then it gets
Correct.
presented to you, and you're like, dope.
It
Yeah.
takes a while to admit it to,
Yeah.
and I think that you guys see it a lot where you probably get people where they go, I'm not going to sell this, but I'll do this, this, and this, and then eventually I bet you they come on board
Yeah.
because the numbers
You-
just there.
You nailed
The
it.
numbers- yeah.
And quite often what happens is within our community, someone will say, you know,
Yeah.
we were really reluctant to sell this or sell that.
Like with it, yeah.
And then now they've realized it makes so much sense
Yeah.
because they're dominoing their bad debt.
Yep.
So I wanted to know, because you came to us with over $1 million of bad debt.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very scary number.
It was so scary.
Because when
right?
on the masterclass, everyone was putting in their comments, I got a 300, I got a 500, I got a 600, fuck, we're the only ones with $1 million.
Yeah.
You're not. You're not.
I know, but that's what we kept seeing. And we're
It
like,
felt like it. Yeah, we were like, we are idiots.
Yeah. And you earn good money, but we're just, you know, paying those minimum
was-
repayments because
Yes.
it's what you thought you should
that's
do.
what, that's,
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
So where are we now?
yeah, so we had $1 million, $1,070,000 loan before we signed up with Infinity, and now we're at 258,000.
And you joined in January this
Yeah.
year, 2025. It's currently December 2025.
It's crazy.
Less than a year.
I've got goosebumps.
All right.
I
So-
still don't believe.
Is it magic? What happened?
Yeah.
How did you possibly do that?
Correct, and we thought it was magic too. We didn't believe it at first. So yes, we sold. It was a lot of toys, dividends from the business, a bigger wage as well, and we've had a bit of cash as well. And I've still been getting cash from other jobs as well, and that just goes all into the mortgage. But yeah, dividends, toys, and a bit of cash, and
I've gone back to
wages.
work as
Yeah,
well
she's been
after
working.
having
and we didn't.
our kiddies. So,
We didn't believe it as well, sorry, because we
Yeah.
went to the accountant last week and we're like, all right, look, we want to do some tax planning, because we listen to Graham's podcast all the time and we learn a lot on each one, even the Both Sides podcast. You learn so much. And
He's
then-
done some more.
Yeah, I can't wait for him,
Hats.
eh?
Yeah.
And then a good one was like, you know, what's the point of going to your accountant at the end of the year? You know how much you profited, you know how much you spent. What the fuck?
But you
So
yeah,
it makes
it's
sense. So
already too
tax
late
planning. So
by
we
then.
went last week and we actually learned a lot again, because, you know, they can't give you questions or answers or whatever. They just sit there and do your paperwork for you. They can't tell you what to do. So
But you gotta ask the right
we fired a lot of questions at him, and we got a lot back, and we're like, oh, so we learned a lot more again last week about sort of business money and whatever. Yeah, so tax planning. So we learned it's like far out. So it was amazing.
When we went and saw the accountant and actually looked at, all right, what's the sort of forecast for paying tax this next financial year, we realised actually that money that we've sort of put into the mortgage is fully there, and we don't need to access that to pay off tax, etc.
Yeah, so-
then it was then that it felt so real that
That's the number. It's
Yeah.
like
We're
far
actually-
out.
I can
we're
only
actually-
imagine that stress level, because you
Yeah.
were,
Yeah.
I don't know, the
But we kinda
terminology
just
was
looked
you
at
were
each other.
sick with stress.
Yeah,
So that's
we
got to be
just
so
were
far
like,
down now.
Yeah, it's still
huge. It's-
like
It hasn't completely fully
hasn't
sunk in
sunk
yet, because we're
in.
still busy
Yeah.
at work. We haven't scaled back work yet. Probably won't for a while.
No,
but
I don't think we will.
yeah, definitely the stress is the shoulders feel a lot lighter.
Yeah.
So it's just it is. And I was thinking on the way up here, on our flight on the way up here this morning, like I never used to chuck a sickie on a Friday, and then now I'm not even thinking about work or money, and just I'll just sort out on Monday. You know, if you lose a few customers, which you won't. But if you just, that used to be in your head all the time.
Yeah.
Got to take on all the work. Got to take this.
Yeah.
If I lose
It's
one
a scarcity
customer,
mindset.
yeah, it is, and it's really
Yeah.
terrible to be
And now
in.
you've got
pressure.
that comfort level that you are good. You've got
Correct.
money should anything unforeseen happen. You are good to go. So you've
Correct.
paid down this mortgage by hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Correct. And
Some investment properties.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
picked up 3, which is amazing. We didn't
Yeah.
believe it. We don't believe it. But but they're in our name.
3 with our name.
So
Oh,
it's
there you
still
go.
our
It
name.
definitely ours. Yeah, it's
Totally.
really cool.
So-
Yeah.
Would you ever have thought this was possible in under a year
No,
for you guys?
no
No,
way.
so
When
if you-
we first signed up, we were like, okay, maybe by 7 years we'll be
7
able to pay
years.
off the mortgage.
Holy
And
moly,
then
you're going to have that done in
Yeah.
under 2, I
It's
reckon.
just yeah,
Hopefully Christmas next year.
yeah.
That'll be a big
hopefully by
Christmas for us.
next year. Yeah.
So no, if you told us a year ago you're going to have a 200K mortgage, you're going to have 3 investors, I would have laughed and just walked away. Yeah,
Yeah.
good joke. This guy's a joke. This guy's
Yeah.
a joke. I just wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So it's just what you guys have shown, and all the free
It's
advice
really
as well has
shown
been
that
amazing.
anyone can do it. Yes, we had a lot of toys and yes, we have a good income, but anyone really, if you had the right mindset
Yes.
and you were determined, you can absolutely
And the reality
do it.
is,
Correct.
Yeah.
we gave you the recipe, but you cooked.
Yeah.
You put this
Yeah.
all together. It was your work. It was your decisions. It was
Yeah.
you focusing and being purposeful with your money
Yeah.
to get in this position, which is incredible.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
well
Yeah.
done, you guys.
No,
That's
thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
So
Thanks.
talk to me about sort of budget week to week. How do you work your FFF? Because it's like $450 bucks, and you live in
Yes.
Canberra, which is not cheap.
It's not cheap.
No, it's-
yeah.
So I think that's a pretty good figure.
It's
Pretty good.
$450, but it's only the fuel comes out of the company. So
Yeah, so it's
food,
food
fun.
and fun. Yeah.
We've only got we've got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So
Most of our fun is parks,
Parks,
but
yeah.
then every now and again, yes, in Canberra, especially because it's cold during winter, we need subscriptions to indoor playgrounds. So it goes towards those, although that does come out of salary and bills, but you still need to pay entry and whatnot when you're there.
we manage it. The kids
yeah.
don't eat too much. They just the 3-year-old. We're trying to throw food at him. He just
Yeah,
won't
just
eat.
But yeah, I think meal planning definitely helps. We've really got on board with doing lots of slow cooker meals now, which everyone loves because you can always just turn it into pasta, and
Bulk meals.
both our
yeah.
kids love pasta.
You know what else you
stretch
can
it
do?
out.
Yeah.
Put that stuff into like a pie maker
Yes.
as well.
Yes,
Good idea.
leftovers in a
delicious.
pie.
It's a good
Yeah,
idea.
and then I'm a bit of a health freak as well, so it's just like doing things like tin beans and legumes. You can even buy dried legumes and soak them, and you get your legumes. But they stretch to make so many meals as
Yeah,
well
that's
throughout
cool.
the week, and they're so filling.
So
And
our-
awesome, so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Our lifestyle hasn't changed. People
Yeah.
think when you're on a budget, you probably hear all the time, lifestyle changes. Nothing's really
Yeah.
changed for us. We still feel the same.
We're eating
people.
good,
We're
nutritious
still,
meals.
still, we're not starving. I'm not
Yeah.
losing weight. I wish I was. Nothing has changed.
Was there any opposition to the thought of going onto a budget, being that, self-confessed, buying all the toys,
Yeah.
just probably spending money?
Yeah.
Was there opposition
At first
initially?
there was, yeah, definitely. It took a good few weeks to sort of sink in. At first it was like, shit. So
It was
I
a
used to
little
buy
bit of
lunches
hesitancy.
every day for work. Never used to pack my own lunch. So, and now I
He
just
very quickly just pulled his head in. He did so
yeah.
well.
So
I think it's just realizing if I'm not doing that, if I'm buying all my lunch requirements with my groceries
Yeah.
and doing that little bit of prep, I'm going to have all this extra money at the end of the month to sweep into my mortgage. And how
correct.
satisfying is that
Oh, yeah.
sweep?
oh, they're
Oh,
amazing.
it's so
They're
good.
every-
And being like, we saved this much on interest,
That's
which
awesome.
is, it's so amazing.
There's a cool on Google interest and principal calculator thing on Google. It's so cool. You just punch it in and it just shows you all. So
Would you have ever done that?
never
12 months ago?
and I'm on it once a day. I'm always on it going, if I do this, this and this, that's how I got on
And then
it.
he
So-
comes home every day. He's like, why don't we do this? And what if we do this? And so it's really cool. It's kind of become a bit of a game.
I think that's incredible because that is a massive mindset shift for you,
Yeah.
for you guys. I didn't know you before Infinity. But that goes to all the people that get to sit in that seat you're in. We kind of say to them, hey, you could maybe do this. And they're kind of like, nah, it's like this game. I'm going to get in there. What else can I do? And you guys will be no doubt lining up for some more properties in the near future because
Yes,
no one ever
hopefully.
really says, 1, 2, 3 is enough.
Yeah, no, we're
keep me
hooked
going.
now, aren't we?
I did though, because
Yeah.
I was scared at first. I was like,
She
3's
was.
enough. But no, now I'm like, okay, how many more can we get?
Yeah, no, we're hooked
it's
now.
good.
Now it becomes a game.
Yeah.
And you know what the market's like nowadays as well.
The sooner you get
it's
in, the
just
better.
So we're excited to just keep.
And I think too, like a lot of business owners, you kind of don't prioritize superannuation for yourself. So
Never.
we're working on that too.
We will
Yeah,
be
that's our
soon.
next step
That's our
after
next
we pay
goal.
off the mortgage is to start up a self-managed super
Yeah.
fund.
Yeah.
And
Get into the market in
Yeah.
there as well. Don't
Yeah.
it just make sense?
Correct.
Yeah,
Because
it
you hear a lot of
does.
stories, 61-year-old, bowel cancer, got sacked from work, mortgage. You always hear stories, and she hears it all the time at her work.
Yeah.
The biggest cause of stress is
is your mortgage. Yeah.
Not for you guys anymore.
No, I know. And
It's
again,
crazy.
it's still hard to believe that there will be a day in the very near future that we can wake up and not even think about it, which is
it's
so wild.
It's just crazy. It's
and
crazy.
just such a difference to where we were just a year ago.
It was only a year ago. So
Yeah.
you guys have definitely changed our lives. It's been amazing.
Well,
It's been-
again, you did it. But thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we could not.
Look, the team are here to guide you.
Yeah.
And without that, you would still kind of just be
be lost out there.
hoping you're
Yeah.
doing an okay job.
Yeah.
And then when you see what is possible, you're like, whoa.
Correct. And a lot of it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all so simple
Yeah.
and makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
the
what's
numbers
beauty.
just really don't lie. Yeah, and that's the thing that I would say is if you're ever in doubt, just do the math. Numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have there been any struggles along the way?
Look, we haven't found. No, we're happy with the budgeting, the FF account. No struggles.
I think no,
We don't-
it's the conversation we had like a week ago.
Mm.
Is that I personally have always struggled to just spend money on myself, and if I ever find myself with a little bit of spare cash in the budget, not like I wouldn't call it spare cash, but something there to spend. I'm always thinking about, okay, well, who can I spend it on? And I was like, well, that's something that I need to work on and actually start spending
That's
money
true
on.
because we're so focused on getting that mortgage number down.
Yeah.
We don't want to even buy new clothes anymore or new shoes. So she's due for that for
Yeah.
summer
I
at
can
work.
tell
Yeah.
you
So-
that
Yeah.
G would tell you
Yeah.
100% this is not about being super frugal.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
definitely. Yeah.
You guys have done incredibly well and set little personal goals.
Yeah.
Violet's obviously such an incredible person. Your comment before about how can I pay Dad back for working so hard? That's incredible and quite not so much of a surprise when you say that, but I promise you,
Yeah.
G wants you to celebrate
Yeah.
your wins. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
have a holiday. We don't mean
No,
12-week odyssey to Europe or anything.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, I can confirm and it's been recorded. No 12-week European odyssey.
That's funny.
But you
But
know,
no,
you
yeah,
guys have
small
done.
wins,
You're
yeah.
a long way ahead of potentially.
Yeah.
You know, you've done more than
Yeah.
we thought you could in this
Yeah.
short time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Treat yourselves, enjoy
Yeah.
it
No,
because
that's-
it's
yeah.
miserable otherwise.
Yeah.
No,
And that's an
correct.
order. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
We'd be driving past with jet skis in the back of the car.
No more toys. Holy moly. Have you
said
learned
treat yourself.
anything?
No, I'm going to go shopping.
Yes, buy some new
Yeah.
clothes. Go on a holidays. Have
Yeah.
something beautiful for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was our one struggle last week we talked about. We are so it's become a good game.
Yeah.
And we
That
saw-
sometimes we
we're
can
like-
get a bit ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do hear that a lot too.
Yeah.
It's almost like an obsession.
Yeah.
Correct. It
And
has-
we
yeah.
will, and we do. The relationship managers quite often are like, yo,
Yeah.
take a breather.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. No.
So what would you say is the biggest win out of your journey with Infinity?
Just the stress. The stress
Yeah,
is the
a lot of
stress.
pressure. And I
Oh.
think we've really been able to, because I guess something we were talking about recently is like how much our values when we first met. Because I don't know, I think looking from the outside, we seem like an unusual match. And if you think about our past, but our values are just so aligned from day one. I was like so drawn to Michael and being able to manage the finances and know that we've got a plan and that's all sorted. It has been such a weight off our shoulders so we can really bring ourselves back to what our values are
and
and
finances.
yeah,
because we
really
always
work
talked
on our
about.
children and things.
We always talked about we need to see a financial planner. We need to see,
Yeah.
but we didn't know who to trust, and we didn't trust anyone. And so we always were stressing about. Well, we need to see someone. Well, we're making good money. We need to see someone. And that was the end of the story.
And
And
now
we
you
just
can
didn't know
trust
where-
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You've
and
got
now we
money to
have
pay
it. We have the knowledge.
every bill
Yeah.
that comes up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly.
the structure is so simple. What was your structure like?
Oh,
Was there any structure,
structure.
before
It was
Infinity?
it was a bit like the barefoot structure. Get paid into this account, which goes into that account and then that account. We had a shared account for bills, but then we do our spending quite
different
separately
accounts.
as well.
I wasn't paying myself proper
You weren't
wage
paying yourself
for
a
the business.
wage, yeah,
was
and you were
just-
just
yeah.
buying toys.
Well, I hope every business owner that listens to
Yeah, I
this
do, yes.
gets the idea that,
And
you know,
Tax is not the devil.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's a success
It's
fee.
really,
Correct.
it's really
You might
a
have heard
way, a way
Correct.
to unlock.
And it is. It makes a lot of sense.
Success,
and it's taking the stress off us.
Well,
Yeah.
that is like one of the best answers that I could have got because like paying the mortgage is great. Investment properties are fantastic,
Oh,
but
but
the stress.
Stress
Yeah.
is, nothing can
you?
beat that. Nothing
Yeah.
can beat that. Stress kills you. Stress is the number one killer, right?
Can vouch for that.
Can be,
Can you tell me that, doctor?
Almost.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's
Yeah.
the stress. And then you can be there with your kids too. Because when come weekends, you're with the kids, you're just thinking about, work this, work that. Now don't bother me, mate.
Yeah.
Don't need your money.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's
So,
great.
yeah, so it's good. Yeah.
So in sort of finishing up, if people were sitting on the fence, not sure about joining Infinity, what would you say?
Give yourself an uppercut and join.
Why are you sitting down on the fence?
No,
Get your
it's-
laptop and.
I know people sort
sign
of
up.
probably don't believe things at first. We're all skeptical.
Yeah.
But crunch the numbers. It's so simple. There's apps on there. There's websites. There's calculators on your phone. Crunch
Just do the free
numbers.
webinar. You're not going to lose
Yeah.
anything. You won't even lose your time, and you'll see how far you can get if you're smarter than us without having to sign up. But then you'll soon see
all the free advice Graham gives, I guess, and you hear all the success from the free advice. We're very time poor, and we're stupid, so we need guidance.
Yeah.
But all the free advice he gives, and all those podcasts, even the both side podcasts, so much advice. I've learned so much off those things.
You can do
So
a lot.
There's a lot out there. Listen to podcasts first if you're unsure, and crunch the numbers, and then give yourself an uppercut.
Yeah. You can always message Michael on Facebook.
Yeah. We'll hide his email below. I don't think we'll advertise that. It is true though. It's a very simple structure.
Yeah.
It's just about being purposeful with your money. There's no frugality. It's being mindful about
That's it.
what's coming in and what's going out, and resting assured that there's a plan in place now.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, and everything can be accounted for, including your fun, which is cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And I guess the great thing also is the community.
It's been
So
amazing.
encouraging.
Yeah.
Great ideas. If you want some recipes, if you want some ways to entertain the kids during the holidays, all you've got to do is ask and you'll be flooded with helpful suggestions.
Yeah, it's amazing. You've never seen so much support.
Yeah.
Just that everyone's just on the same page, and the support is amazing.
Yeah.
It's pretty it's amazing.
Have you guys come to a REM?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had, and
first
that's
one
what I was.
September.
I was just gonna say.
What was the vibe like
Oh, it's
there?
amazing, wasn't it?
It's like very soon you just know the ins and outs of everyone's lives. There's nothing off the table, which is really so cool. And the reason that it's done is so that we can all help each other and learn from each other, which is so impressive.
It's amazing. Yeah, the REM was amazing.
And then just again with the Kmart and the Salvation Army Foundation, all the donations that the community were able to raise was just, again, a testament to how amazing it is. Yeah.
Absolutely astounding.
Yeah.
It's
so
crazy. Imagine next year and the year after.
I can't. I said that last
Yeah,
year. I said we
I
can't.
know.
How could we do more? And then we hit
Wow.
this December, this Christmas,
know.
and all of us as staff just were floored as well
It's
at
amazing.
what was raised, and just the level of generosity from the whole community. It was incredible to
It
be a
gives you
part
goosebumps,
of.
doesn't it?
It really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Those lucky kids. Some of those kids. Yeah.
Last question.
Yes.
Infinity made me realize I spent so much money on.
Yeah, just on shit. Just on cars.
That's
Cars.
easy.
That's what I wanted
Yeah.
because it's a common answer.
Oh, cars. Yeah, I went through two different cars. So they were both new at the time, but yeah, just you see a new model come out. Oh, I want that, and then you got a bit of business money. Oh, sell that, get the next car. So I wasted a lot of money on two different cars. So I do regret that big time. But it's just cars. Cars are just it's sat in the garage. It's just a Saturday, Sunday car, if lucky. Otherwise, it's once a month.
Appreciating assets.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
helping you build wealth.
It was disgusting. So when people look at people drive their Land Cruisers and cars now, I was on that page and I was one of them. Now I look at them going, that's just disgusting. It just doesn't make sense.
Oh, you're going to get some more hate mail.
No, but it makes you cringe. You're like, mate,
Yeah,
do
just
the
think
numbers.
about what else you
Yeah,
could do.
yeah.
the
Like
numbers.
if you're all paid off and your home loan's
Yeah.
zero,
Correct.
by all means,
Yeah.
have some little indulgences,
Correct.
etc. But when you're in the trenches trying to get ahead
Correct.
for
Yeah.
your family,
Doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
you don't need all the big fancy
You don't.
stuff.
It's hard to listen to the complaints about the cost of living when we're driving around.
I was one of them. I owned those
Like that,
cars. I was one of them. And I thought it was cool at the time. And now I'm like, I look at those people driving, like, nah, mate, nah, it's all for show.
Yeah.
You're in debt.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. You guys have
Thank you
been
for having
great
us.
to have a chat with. I'm sure
for
we will
having
see you
us.
again soon, maybe next December when we
Yes.
might be
Yeah.
somewhat close
Yeah.
to, I think we'll have to keep our eyes on you.
Yeah.
No,
See how
thank
we
you for
go.
having us. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You fucking gone. See ya.